Hello again, children. I'm back again with another new message, and today I would like to talk about foster children. Now, the ones I'm going to direct my words to are those children that are being shuffled around and being abused, sexually abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, neglected, locked in rooms. There's horror stories that we hear all the time about these little foster children, and there's even been some foster children that have been killed in the care of a foster family. So those are the children I'm talking to today. There are many good foster homes out there. I'm not condemning anything. I'm just talking to the children that are being neglected and abused. I want them to know that they have rights. You have rights. So you are the children I am talking to. I want you to know, do not give up. Keep fighting for your happiness. Your happiness will come one day. If you can listen to my words, I want to give you inspiration to go on and know that tomorrow will be a new day. Sooner or later, you will be removed from that abuse and you will become very strong inside and have a lot of confidence. These children that are being abused, they have no family, no safety net, no stability. They're lonely, scared, and sad. And these are the children I'm talking to today. We don't hear much about you except when we hear the bad things that are going on in these homes that should not be foster families. And again, I want to say there are many good foster homes out there, but I'm directing this message to those children that are suffering. It's already scary enough to go from family to family, not knowing them, they're strangers. We teach our kids every day, don't talk to strangers. And yet, you little children are being put in strangers' homes. Now, you're trusting in the adults to put you into a safe home where you can be loved for the time that you're there and not abused, not neglected, not hurt in any way, but loved because you deserve this love. Anyway, I've got some pictures up here. There's one little boy. It shows he's clearly lonely. He feels all alone in this world. And the little girl with her hands on her face, she's lost and alone. And she's probably feeling despair. She cannot deal with an adult problem, and yet she's thrust into that. She doesn't know how to handle or get out of her sad situation. And she's a baby. How could she know? She's innocent to this world. She learns whatever the adults teach her. And I want their voice to be heard. I've got some numbers up here, kids, for you to call. Please call these numbers. I've got one for Spanish and one for English. Call the number. If you're being hurt in a foster home, you have rights, just like any other child on this earth. You have rights. You might feel like you don't have rights because you're being shuffled around and everybody's in control of your life but you. It's like you have no say. So I want you to have these numbers to call. The one little boy crying, obviously he's scared. Look at these beautiful little babies in front of you here that they're just lonely. They're alone in this world. If they have a sibling to be with, that's some comfort. But they're babies. They need us to love them and take care of them and treat them kindly like they're our own while they're in our home. I wrote a little poem that I would like to tell you, and speaking from a foster child's point of view. I am a foster child who has lived in many homes. The loneliness of all of this is none of them are my own. I want a home, a family of my own. I need someone to care about my feelings while I'm here. If I'm lucky enough to find an adult or two that will help me to feel loved, I know it won't be long before I'm gone and will have to move on. My childhood is spent in loneliness and fear. This goes on year after year after year. I want to belong to my roots so they will be strong. Confidence I then could build. But I'm subject to each new adult's will. Is there a home for me that I could bring joy to a family and stay in one place until I'm grown? This is the family I long to have, that I could forever call my own. These are words from a child that feels despair, that feels lost, that has no family, no safety net, no stability. They're lonely, sad, and scared. And I want you children to know you are loved. If somebody's treating you badly, it's not your fault. You have done nothing wrong. The adult has that problem. They are wrong in what they're doing. I want you to know that. They are wrong, very wrong. Call this number and tell what this foster family is doing to you. If it's one of their children hurting you, if it's the mom or the dad, whoever it is in that home, if they're violating you in any way, if you feel scared, call this number that's up on my wall. I want you to call it and tell them, I feel scared because they locked me in a room, or they hit me, or they're touching me in places that hurt, and I don't want to be touched. So I want you children to know that you have a voice. Just because you're shuffled from home to home and you feel like you have no continued family in your life, you still have rights. You're a human being. You're a child of God. You have rights, little one. Please call this number that you see on my wall and tell them, please help me. They locked me in a room, or whatever it is that they're doing to you. If they're not feeding you, if they're spanking you, if they're doing anything that hurts you or makes you scared, call this number. Please do this. I want to talk just for a minute about the children that grow up in the system and they age out. When they age out, they're not taught any skills in the foster homes. They're not taught anything. They're in survival mode. They survive from day to day. I know that you little ones feel like you just have to survive another day. And this is not preparing you to be on your own when you turn 18 and the state turns you out to this big wild world that you have no clue how to provide for yourself. You have no contacts to be able to say, hey, can you help me? Can you lead me to here? Can you make a connection for me? Can you take me in just for a little while until I get on my feet? You have no connections like that. So these are the children I'm talking to. Please know that you are loved. The foster system needs foster homes. They have such a shortage of families that will take in little children. Please open your hearts, open your homes to these little ones, and give them a safe, warm, loving place to live until either they can be reconnected with their families, their biological family, or until they age out of the system, or if they get adopted, which would be the greatest thing of all for them. They just want to be loved and want to belong to somebody. And every one of us wanted that when we were children. Every one of us. So their wants and needs are normal. Kids, we love you. You little ones that are being abused, please call this number for help. Do not stay silent. If the adult is telling you, don't you use the phone, don't you call anybody, don't you do anything, do it anyway. Call the number and tell them, okay? I say it every time. I love you kids, and I sincerely do. I want to help you. I hope that you can see my YouTube and believe in my words that there are people in this world that will help you. If the foster system, the social worker, is not protecting you from these families, then call this number and tell them, I need help. I'm being hurt. I'm hungry. Whatever it is. Again, this is my message today for you little foster children. Please take care of yourselves. You have to stand up for yourself. If nobody knows what's going on with you, you have to fight for your own survival, for your own safety. Please call this number. I encourage that very strongly. Again, okay. Children, you are the best thing that's ever happened to this world. Know this. You are loved. Even if you don't feel loved, you are. So keep going forward. Keep taking one day at a time. Keep fighting for yourself, okay? And you will get an adult. You will find an adult that will rescue you. I promise you. Please reach out and ask for help. All right, children. Once again, this is Inspirational Grandma 8. Check in with me. I will be giving another new message soon. All right. Take care until I talk to you again. Okay, bye.